Why am I crying over a fictional line right now? Why am I lying? Why? Before we begin doing the, TBR jar, picks, prompts, picks the books I read, in May, it is May, right? Yes, it is. These are the books here that are on our lineup already. These 3 books for the Read It or Unhaul It challenge that I do, and then these 3 books for the series video that I do. So, these are the books that we are reading already so far. We're going to pick 6, and then we'll have a selection of 12 to then, guide us as we are reading this month. I don't know. Is that door being open going to annoy people? It's going to annoy me, but apologize. Yes, I'm in my pajamas. These are my grandma's pajamas that she gave to me. It says it's written in the stars because it reminds me of Magnolia Parks. My nails are bad. I need to cut them. I have netball today as well, and I need to repaint them. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's begin. I just realized I was just staring at you then. Okay. What does this prompt say? Standalone. Oh, I know what I'm getting. I'm going to be so honest when I say that I don't have that many standalones, but we have 4 options. So we have Right Woman. I want to read this book so badly. I already started reading it. I was very intrigued, and then I started getting actually just very so we have that, and then we have Conversation with Friends. I'm really feeling like I want a Sally Rooney book, and I have 3 that I can pick from, and I'm leaning towards Conversation with Friends. We have Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. Have I read Funny Story? No, I have not. But I want to read this book so badly. So this is an option. Or we have The Conditions of Will by Just Hastings. I want to read this book more than I want air to breathe. I literally started off this video by talking about how this shirt reminds me of Magnolia Parks. So this is going to be a standalone. I've heard several people call it a standalone. This is a standalone, right? Because I've heard people say it's standalone. Let me look that up though, to make sure. 2 different places have said that it will be a standalone. There is crossover with the Magnolia Parks characters. So, no extreme, and she was mentioned. I have to. Okay, first prompt down. Alright, already, this month is looking good. Because did I read this book last month? No, I did not. Same as I didn't read this book either. So, however, before we move on to the next prompt, let me tell you what this book is about. So, Conditions of Will. I am so excited for this. No, it is not a new Daisy Hates book, but also I kind of don't, when the next Daisy Hates books come out, maybe this is good, there's something in between. So, this book, right, we're following Georgia. She's London-based. That's where the crossover is. Her family is in South Carolina. They're very wealthy. They're also very conservative, and she has been estranged from them. That is until she gets this little message that's or not a little message, it's actually quite a lot, but it's her dad's dead. She leaves London, goes back to return for the funeral. When she goes back, she's reunited with Oliver, and Oliver is her favorite brother, and also Oliver's AA sponsor. This guy named Sam. Georgia and Sam, there's something there, right? But she can't help but notice the way Oliver looks at Sam, and she doesn't want to hurt him. Now, in the father's will, there is an inheritance left to a random stranger, and it's all why? Inheritance Games vibes, honestly. Avery, is that you? Okay, to find out who this is being left to and why it was left to, Georgia, Oliver, and Sam, they go off on this road trip to try to uncover the truth about their father's life. There are a lot of secrets that are revealed in this book, and on the back here it says there are only so many cracks a damaged family can take before it shatters. That is what this book is about. You can see this in the background. But before we move on to the next book, again and again, we have to read the first sentence together, because I don't know. Okay, so for all my fellow adjectives, keep modifying these nouns. This is not the first sentence, but I also like reading the little thing there. Okay. Is there a good way to find out bad news? I guess. Probably yes. Just regular, I suppose. Nothing scarring or dramatic. I already just feel like I just want to be reading this book now. Okay, this is already a really good month so far. This better be a good one. Newer on TBR. The newest books on my physical TBR, we have this book here, this book here, this book here. No, this is the newest one on my physical TBR, because no, I got these ones on the same day that I got this, and Say Remember Me. So I just have a whole selection of books in front of me. These are the books I have in front of me. Because I got this book, yeah, when it came out. And, okay, you know what? It's fate, really. This is a newer book on my physical TBR. The only other, like, newer books on my physical TBR are these ones here. And I'm already reading Thrive this month. And I don't know if I'm going to be wanting to read another one so soon. This is a good one. Will I get to these sometime soon? Yes. I was supposed to already read them by now. Oh, I guess this one was also a newish one. A Fate Inked in Blood. But no, I'm going with Great Big Beautiful Life. And before I move on to the next prompt, let's talk about Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. And really what this book is about. Because in this book, there is this figure called Margaret Ives, okay? Now, she is a famously reclusive heiress. She invites Alice to the balmy little Crescent Island, and Alice knows this is her big break. Basically, there are two characters, these two. And from what I'm gathering is that, yes, there's this figure, Margaret, and both of them, they're trying to write her story because she's very secretive, elusive, reclusive, and they want to write the story of her life, the stardom of her life, I believe. I think that's what it is. The scandal, the cult, the trial, the accident, and then her disappearance of 25 years ago. The disappearance happened 25 years ago. What happened, but also why. And why now, after all this time, she's telling the story. Now, I've heard that this book is very much literary fiction as opposed to her other more romancy heavy books, and I'm so excited for this. I also like that I feel like there's a lot of okay, I feel like this book is thicker. Yeah, it's like over 400 pages. And is there other books over 400 pages? I don't know, but I just know that this is good because especially with authors that I love, I'm like, I don't want a small, skinny little book. Like, I want everything. So, that's what this book is about. I'm super excited for this one. And I have a feeling that this is going to be, like, my favourite Emily Henry book so far. So far, my favourite is Happy Place, but I have a feeling that this one could be really up there. Maybe even, I'm anticipating it's going to be my favourite one. Let's read the first sentence, shall we? Oh, wait, first we've got to read a little dedication. For my mum and 3 grandmothers, life is complicated, your love never was. There's an old saying about stories and how there are always 3 versions of them. Yours, mine, and the truth. Oh, I'm gonna like this. Part of it is kind of giving me a tiny bit Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo vibes, and then Taylor Jones Reid is, she's the thing on the front. But it says that she's the author of Daisy Jones and the Six, and I'm like, this is literally giving Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo vibes, to be honest. It's also reminding me of that lion in Sing 2. You know? I'm gonna cry. Why am I crying over a fictional lion right now? Why am I crying over a cartoon lion? That's enough. That is enough. Free pick. Oh, why would I make that an option? Free pick? So, like, just what I want to read. Let me have some thinking time. Guys, okay, I picked the book. I know. But why have I not actually explained any of them to you? It's okay, I'm gonna go back and I shall explain them. Okay, I'm back. I really quickly just gave the synopsis of what these 2 books are because I'm just like, why is this video only 2 minutes long? Let's talk about this book, Conversation with Friends, before I move on. Okay, we're following Frances. She's 21, cool-headed and observant. She's a student in Dublin and an aspiring writer. She performs spoken word poetry at night with Bobby, who is her best friend, but also used to be her lover, her girlfriend. Then we enter in Melissa, who is this well-known journalist. Now, Melissa, she's married to Nick. Nick is an actor. So Frances and Bobby, they enter into this life, this very lavish life of beautiful houses, raucous dinner parties, holidays in Brittany. I actually don't know where Brittany is, but maybe I'll put some pictures on the screen. Then, drama ensues because Frances and Nick start getting close together. Is this a debut novel? A dynamic debut novel about messy, overlasting relationships between 4 captivating characters. This is exciting. Now, I'm pretty sure from the back and where it says they get unexpectedly closer, I'm assuming there could be some cheating in this. Oh, it's got that little mini cover. Why do that? I know this is the author of Normal People. I love Normal People. In times of crisis, we must all decide again and again whom we love. Part 1. Let's read the first sentence together. Bobby and I first met Melissa at a poetry night in town where we were performing together. Okay, now it is time. Okay, sorry, I was just crying over a fictional line. Anyways, now it is time for me to pick the 4th book. Please be good. Oh, I'm not looking. What? Romance? Okay, and in the front it says, while all my books are rom-coms. And I feel like rom-coms are basically just, you know, they are a little like subgenre to romance. Whatever. Otherwise we have Daydream, and I do want to read Daydream, but I'm not really necessarily sure when. Or we do have The Right Move. We even possibly have Deep End. But I feel like just the book that I was just looking forward to reading is, especially considering I wanted to read, especially these two books and this one, I wanted to read them all last month and I didn't. So the fact that like now it's like it's on the TBR, like the prompts, I feel like the prompts are directing me into reading these books. Let me tell you what this book is about first before I just like put it there and move on. Okay, so we have this guy called Xavier Rush, and apparently, from what I'm gathering, is that he is being described as Resand. No, I know that's not his name, but like, I have a thing about the name. Resand? I have a thing about the name, okay, for personal reasons, from Akatar. Okay, and so he's being described as him. And I'm just like, okay. They have a date together, an incredible date. Xavier and Samantha. And Samantha is like, look, I can't date. So please forget me, Xavier. Please forget me. Say you'll remember me. Again, with the Taylor Swift reference. Okay. I thought it was called Say Remember Me because there's a character in this book with dementia. Only no amount of distance or time is nearly enough to forget that something between them. And the only thing better than one perfect memory is to make a life and even a love worth remembering. Oh, okay. Well, I do want to read this. And there's a dog on the front, but I don't like those curly dogs because that's so mean to say, but like they scare me. There's something about them that just like horrifies me. Maybe it's because basically all the dogs I've ever experienced in my life, they've all been dogs where you can like clearly see their eyes and it isn't like got that little curly eyes, and they scare me. And also so many vets say that they're the worst dogs to work with. So that is all I have to say. 4 books so far. A classic. Okay, so we have 5 here that I really want to read, and let me explain. We have The Penguin Book of Witches, because actually maybe this will be better for Halloween. Never mind, we're getting rid of The Penguin Book of Witches. We have 4 books, okay? So we have Mrs. Dalloway. I am so excited for this book. Like, literally, listen to the first... Oh, I need to read out the first sentence for this one. Let me read out the first sentence for this one. To Lilia, we will never forget you. I keep saying that and then reading out the dedication. Okay, so, chapter 1. You want me to do what? I asked. So I guess it's, you know, in the sense of, well, you want to know what this what is, because the character is like, hang on, what? So then you're like, what? Okay, anyways, back to the classics. I really badly want to read this. Mrs. Dalloway said she would buy all the flowers herself. In the wake of World War I and the 1918 flu pandemic, Clarissa Dalloway, elegant and vivacious, is preparing for a party and remembering those she once loved. But I really want to read this. In another part of London, Septimus, that is very close to the word sepsis, is suffering from shell shock and on the brink of madness. Their days interweave and their lives converge as the party reaches its glittering climax. Wait, I want to read this. Should I just read this? All we have, Wuthering Heights, because I really want to read this. And you know that book? I really want to read that book. It's called The Favourites. And like, you know, it's based on this one. Actually, maybe we won't read that one. I haven't ready for that one. We have The Waves. This is another book by Virginia Woolf. It's following this group of friends and the development from childhood to middle age. There's social events, accomplishments, disappointments, and I read this. I really do want to read this. I'm into a park because this book was just looking at me, but there's a book I'm reading at the moment, and it's called Fairytale, and I'm loving it so far. And she keeps talking about Northanger Abbey. So we have Northanger Abbey, and it's a gothic novel. And Abby will match the haunted ruins conjured up in her. Wait, hang on. There's Catherine. There's haunted ruins. Catherine's story exposes the difference between illusion and reality. Wait, I really want to read this. I don't know, guys. Which one? Guys, I don't know. Which one should I read? I definitely think I'll put down this one. I'm definitely in between these two. I don't know. Both of them sound so good. I don't know, guys. I don't know which one to pick. I'm gonna go with Mrs. Dalloway, but I could still read this. I'm gonna go with Mrs. Dalloway. Okay. Because it sounds so interesting, so we're gonna go Mrs. Dalloway for the 5th book. Okay, next, let's go through and find our last book, our last prompt, the last one. Shortest book in your TBR. The shortest book in my TBR, is it? This is why I believe in fate. How long is this book? Wait, hang on. What is it? 220 pages. And I don't think I have any other book that is less than 220 pages. Oh, actually, maybe. We have one. This book is for Halloween though. It's The Dark Harvest. This is 169, but this is for Halloween. I can't be reading a Halloween book in May. Technically this one is the shortest, but like I said, no. Aside from this, I don't, oh no, there's no way this book is less than that. I know there's a lot of like introductions and stuff. No, it's like 230. This is 220. Wait, hang on, is it? And I'm looking around and there's nothing. It's either gonna be this one or the Halloween book. And I don't want to read the Halloween book because it's May. So I'm hoping you understand, and that even though technically that's the shortest book on TBR, but like it's Halloween. Like it's literally about Halloween night and there's a pumpkin that's haunting people. And this group of kids have to like stop the pumpkin from terrorizing everyone. Okay, this is good. Okay, so this is our selection. I've already told you. Basically, Catherine, she's taken to Bath where she meets Henry and Eleanor. Eleanor's sister. They invite her to stay at their family home, Northanger Abbey. This place right here. Okay. Catherine loves horrid gothic novels. She feels drawn to them. She loves them. She fervently hopes that their home, the Abbey, will match the haunted ruins that are conjured up in her mind. And I honestly think that she's going to get more than what she bargained for. Anyways, yes, this book exposes the difference between illusion and reality and how her artless approach to people attracts true friendship and love. I'm very excited for this. This is our selection. I'm so excited for this video. I just feel like I have so many good books, right? I can only find 5 prompts. I can't wait to see if I can remember. I keep scratching my Apple Watch. Okay. For a standalone, we have The Conditions of Will. For newer on my TBR, we have Great Big Beautiful Life. For my free pick, I picked Conversation with Friends. For a romance, I picked Say You Remember Me. For a classic, I can't find the little sheet of paper. I don't know where it went, but for a classic, we have Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. And finally, for the shortest book of my TBR, we have Northanger Abbey. This month is going to be a good reading month. I can just tell. I'm so excited. So if you want to see if I end up reading these books this month, definitely stay tuned. Stick around. And I will have reading vlogs because I feel like I have to have a reading vlog of every single book I read. I don't know why. I just feel like I do. Okay, that's all I have. And yes. See you in the next one. Bye.